Fans, so let's talk about the highlights of Monday Night Raw for June the 23rd, 2025. Show opened up with an awesome segment of Rollins with the Stable Revolution. Basically, Rollins said, look, every night, yeah, we screwed you out of your qualifying match at King of the Ring. But what happened to you on Friday Night SmackDown when Braun Strowman hit two Zombies on you, when Braun Breaker speared you twice, is because instead of just letting it go, you had to take Braun Breaker, screw him out of this qualifying match, and do the same thing to Bronson Reed. So what happened to you? He said Friday Night SmackDown, you had coming. So now you learned your lesson, move on with your career, and don't bother coming after us again. Then he told Braun Breaker, right now you have a match against Penta. Take him out, destroy him, teach him a lesson. So the opening match was Braun Breaker versus Penta. Awesome match. To me, this match stole the show for the rest of the matches, I thought. Let me know below of the four matches, what matches you like the best, which one you like the best. I thought it was that one. Penta, for like 5 minutes straight, was hitting moves off the ropes, super kicks to the face, Canadian Destroyer. Then he messed up on a backcracker out of the corner. He slipped and fell. Then Braun Breaker made him pay. Grill press slam into a gut buster. Grill press slam into a backbreaker. Running clothesline, flipped him up in the air, 180, flipped him around. Hit that awesome clothesline off the apron. The announce table sent both of them over the announce table. I love when he does that move. Then during the match, he also did a cool thing was he ran up the top rope. I thought he was going for a Frankensteiner. He stopped, instead picked him up, and dropped Penta chest first on top of the ring post. That was nasty. Then he jumped off the top rope, picked him up, put him back on the top rope, hit that awesome Frankensteiner then. Penta was like, oh yeah, well I can do a cool move off the top rope. He does that cool running outside the ring on the edge of the mat, jumps up, hurricanrana his opponent off the top rope to the mat. That was awesome when he did that to Braun Breaker. Super kicked him in the face again, but as he bounced off the ropes for a slingshot crossbody, Braun Breaker caught him in mid-air with an awesome spear to pick up the win. That was awesome. Then after the match, Rollins walks up to Penta. He's like, you just learned your lesson, right? So the smart thing for you to do is don't come after Revolution anymore. And he walked away. I love how Rollins just delivered that speech at the end, basically telling the other superstars on Raw and SmackDown, you come after us if you're going to get involved in our business but taking over the shows and being the future of this company. That's what's going to happen to you every single time. That was cool. Then backstage later on the night, Penta was like coughing, all that, holding on his ribs, and Chad Gable walked up to him and started trash talking him. Penta's hauled off, kicked him right in the face, and then snapped that arm back. Then I noticed as Penta left and the officials and trainers were checking on Chad Gable, it showed Ludwig Kaiser behind a bunch of storage equipment cases watching what was happening. When they go pull the trigger on Ludwig Kaiser and actually have him do something again? Because honestly, lately, the last few months of him just coming out, saying, I'm going to shoot an open challenge, nobody comes out, and then backstage he's just shown walking around. It's got to lead to something, right? I hope he's not going to be released. I want to see him actually join Revolution, Raw and Stable. He'll fit perfectly in that. Let me know below in the comments. We all know it's going to be a fifth member because Rollins, again, tonight did that 5 thing that did this post. So you know that means Heyman, Breaker, Bronson Reed, Rollins, and there's a fifth person still to be revealed. I'd love to see it be Ludwig Kaiser. Let me know below in the comments who you'd like to see be the fifth person of the stable. Is it going to be someone on Raw, someone on SmackDown, someone by NXT? Maybe. That'd be interesting. Hopefully not Ethan Page. That would suck. Then we had Becky Lynch defending her championship tonight against Bayley. This was cool. Before the match, Bayley's backstage warming up, getting ready, talking to Artie Valkyrie. You can see Becky come around the corner and stop, realize, oh crap, I'm in the camera angle, right? She's just slowly walks away. That was hilarious because she realized she's not supposed to be in that camera position. Great match, Bayley and Becky put on. Wow, Bayley just unloaded. I lost count how many punches she delivered to Becky in the corners. Like, wow. And then she did an awesome running, jump off the steel steps of her elbow, drop across the back. That was cool. Then she did a running elbow across the back again on Becky. Every time Becky went for the disarmer, Bayley always like slid out of it. They quickly had to move, like a sunset flip, powerbomb in the corner, a snap suplex, a Bayley to belly suplex. She always had a way to get out of the disarmer and hit an awesome high impact maneuver. Then Becky got her out of the ring and smashed her arm like 5 times off the announce table. Dropped her knee down on it, started applying armbar submissions. Bayley kept getting out of them by rope breaks or like transition into like a roll up for like a 1 count or a 2 count, something like that. Bayley tried to apply a Boston Crab, but the hurt arm was too much, and she couldn't apply the full Boston Crab. She only applied half a crab. But this was cool. Becky went for a disarmer again, and Bayley countered it again and hit the rock bottom. That ticked off Becky. Becky rolled out of the ring. It's like, I had enough of this. And Bayley went after her, and they were fighting outside the ring, and Becky smashed her face first to the barricade, then tossed over the announce table and grabbed Michael Cole and Corey Graves' office chairs and just piled them on top of Bayley and just grabbed a steel chair, threw that on top. Got the ring and ordered the referee to do a 10 count to purposely get counted out, win by count out to keep a title. The Valkyrie shows up from the crowd, starts on burying the Bayley out of the chairs, and helps Bayley get back in the ring. As she's helping Bayley get back in the ring, the Valkyrie gets drop kicked in the face by Becky through the ropes. Then Becky gets to the ring, and Bayley clotheslines her down, gets up on the top rope for an elbow drop. The Valkyrie's ticked off because Becky just drop kicked her basically right in the face through the ropes. Gets in the ring, starts attacking Becky. So Becky wins by disqualification, and she keeps the title. And you can see her like exiting the ring up on the stage and up on the ramp, but she just smiled and grinning because she outsmarted them. But what I thought was hilarious was as Bayley's yelling at the Valkyrie, like, you just cost me a chance at the Women's Intercontinental title. When the referee announces that the winner of the match is Becky by disqualification, the Valkyrie's jaw drops. Like she's shocked that the referee disqualified Bayley. How many years have you been the Valkyrie that you should know by now? If you get involved in a title match, that there's no special stipulation, attack the champion, you're going to get the other person disqualified. Like, that was hilarious to see that. Jade Gajo, Roxanne Perez had a good match in the semifinals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Jade, hit an awesome Guerrero press slam, and then she started, doing push-ups like Scott Steiner used to do a muscle pose. Then she went outside the ring to get Roxanne, who had rolled out of the ring for the Guerrero press slam. And then she started walking around with her on her shoulders, walking powerhouse, muscle posing like this, with Roxanne on the steps, where Roxanne made her pay. Trapped her leg between the steel steps on the ring post, drop kicked those steps, got on the ring, chop blocked that leg, and did damage to that leg 5 minutes straight up, stomping on it, applying leg submissions, snapping it back, bending it sideways. Jay Gajo fired back, hit an awesome spine buster, hit an awesome choke slam, hit an awesome shoved Roxanne in the ropes as she turned around, powerbombed her. That was cool. A bicycle kick right to the face. I gotta say, when Jay Gajo was in AEW for years, she was green. She was making mistakes. She was injuring people a lot. But man, she's improved big time in the WWE, I find. Let me know below in the comments if you think Jay Gajo has improved a lot since she was in AEW to where she is at now. Jade ended up winning the match after she countered Hot Pox into the full Nelson, into the face plant buster for the 1-2-3. So she advances to the finals of Night of Champions to face Asuka. And I love this. When Jade's walking after the match, she stops on the stage, looks at the crown that's in a display case on the podium. Asuka comes out, and she's at the opposite side of it, so the face-to-face like this, and the crown is in between, it's between the faces. That's cool. That should be a good match at the pay-per-view this weekend. Asuka versus Jade at the finals of Queen of the Ring. Who's going to win the crown? Who's going to go on to SummerSlam to face their brand's championship? Will it be Asuka versus Io Sky if she's still World Women's Champion when SummerSlam comes around? Will it be Jade versus Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, or Naomi if she cashes in? Maybe on the last woman standing match this Friday on SmackDown, when Nia Jax and Tiffany face off for the title. Cody Rhodes Jey Uso had a King of the Ring qualifying match. I honestly didn't watch the match, folks. It was so predictable. We knew Cody was going to win. Jey Uso yeeted with amongst the fans in the ring for 10 minutes straight. Like, that's too much. Doing his yeeting thing, that's way too long for doing that. So we all know Cody was going to win to face Randy Orton. It was so predictable that tournament, which was a big letdown. So let me know below in the comments if you actually bothered watching that main event match. Like I didn't watch it. Did you decide to skip it, or did you actually watch it? And did I get it wrong? Did Jey Uso shock everybody actually win, or did Cody win? That's what I went with because it was so predictable. Some announcement segments and that happened. And Paris announced that AJ Styles in his office that Dominic Mysterio during a live event hurt his ribs. He's not cleared to compete for the Night of Champions. So the match is canceled. I apologize. And AJ's like, you know what? He better be hurt. I'm going to go find him right now. If he ain't hurt, he's going to be hurt. That was awesome. And Adam Pearce had to pull him back from exiting the office. Like, whoa, no. Don't go attack him. He said, I'm telling you, it's 100% legit. He's actually hurt his ribs. He's not cleared to compete. Said, but don't worry, when he is 100% cleared to compete, you're next in line for the IC title. And then the New Day walk in with Grayson Waller. Like, why is he hanging out with the New Day now? That makes no sense. But anyhow, the New Day find out that next week on Raw, they'll defend the championships against Finn Balor and JD Madugo. And they're like, whoa, they're not worthy. And Adam Pearce like, look, you defend the titles against the Creeds and the Viking Raiders and triple fat and back-to-back tag matches. You defend your championships against Finn Balor and JD Madugo, but there was some controversy. The Viking Raiders got involved and cost them the match. So I'm giving them a rematch next week on Raw for those titles. New Day wasn't happy about that. So what got me was, okay, so the IC title match is now canceled at the pay-per-view. So Raw's got no title matches at Night Champions. So why had the World Tag Team title match not at the pay-per-view, but next week on Raw? So guess what the bonus matches that's taking place, folks, to make us happy for AJ Styles, Dominic not happening. And it's Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Seriously. That's your match you're going to put on, Anna Paris, for us fans, for Night Champions, is that. That's a Raw match, not a pay-per-view match. Let me know below in the comments if you're actually excited for that match at the pay-per-view, or do you agree with me that should just be on Raw and that's it? So, what's the point of calling it Night Champions when you only have 2 title matches out of the 5 matches that's booked? It should have just been called King and Queen of the Ring. Plain and simple, right? Backstage, Penta was approached with Chad Gable, and Chad Gable started mouthing off to him, and Penta just snapped that arm and super kicked him in the face and left. And I know it's Ludwig Kaiser hanging by storage equipment cases. When are they actually going to do something with him? Because he's just been coming out and saying, I'm issuing open challenge, but no one's going to accept it yet. They did that with Aleister Black before we released him in 2018 or 2019 it was. On SmackDown. So hopefully that's not what they're going to do with Ludwig, because he's way too great of a talent to be released. I want to see him join Revolution. Because again, Rollins did this symbol again. So that means there's going to be 5 members of this stable. We know 4 of the 5. Ludwig Kaiser fit perfectly. You have 2 powerhouses. Paul Heyman is a great manager. You got Seth Rollins for speed and agility. And then you got Ludwig Kaiser for technical and speed as well. So that'd be a good mixture in the stable. I'd love to see him join that stable. Let me know below in the comments who you'd like to see be the 5th person of Revolution. Because why else is Rollins doing this if there's not going to be a 5th person? It makes no sense, right? Rusev approached Sheamus backstage after Alpha Academy was there, telling him, like, good job last week at the 4-way qualifier, but it sucked that you lost. But hey, you got to beat up Rusev for Otis, who's still gone. He's out hurt a little bit from sounding the beating that Rusev gave him a few weeks ago. So Rusev walked up and got in Sheamus' face and said, you and me, name the time, name the place. And he walked away. Regal came out and called out Rhea Ripley because she's mad that Rhea Ripley cost her qualifying match. You did the same thing to Rhea Ripley, Regal, so fair play, right? Rhea Ripley stormed out, power walked out of that ring, and just beat Regal from one side of the ring to the other. But when she set up a table, Roxanne attacked Rhea Ripley, and as Rhea Ripley got her off of her back by smashing her face first into the turnbuckle, she turned around, Regal one-arm powerbombed her through the table. So Adam Pearce makes it official. Next week on Raw, we got Rhea Ripley versus Regal in a street fight. That should be good. Gunther, Goldberg had segments. Michael Cole asked Goldberg to their interview, what are your thoughts about the world title match in July at Saturday Night's main event against Gunther, and Goldberg basically delivered the same old promos he does every year. And Gunther's promo, like, the fans, you can even see the fans' responses. Like, they're not even happy for this match. They're not even cheering for Gunther. They're not even booing him. Like, they're just, like, really? Like, we're going to have you face a fossil dinosaur that should just stay outside of the V, never come back again. I get it. This is Goldberg's supposedly last match. His retirement match. He wants to go out as champion. But if that's the case, they'll actually give the belt to him out of respect for his career and that. No, don't have him beat Gunther. That's a big mistake. That's just going to affect Gunther's career a big time. There you have it, folks. I've decided also that I've been watching WCW Nitro and Thunder lately on the WCW channel. And I've been thinking, you know what? On WWE 2K25, I am seriously thinking about doing a random hit the square, whoever superstar lands on. That's my roster for a Nitro, and I'm going to do like weekly 4 matches, back like the old school Nitro did with 4 matches a night. Build up some storylines and show you folks like how the matches go during the game, who am I going to play as, and just see how it goes. And I'd love to hear you guys, thoughts and that as each week goes by when I do those matches. I do know that my very first match on my first week of WCW Nitro on WWE 2K25 will be a Cruiserweight Rumble, like a Royal Rumble, with 10 Cruiserweights, and that winner becomes the Cruiserweight Champion. That's my first title match I'm going to have in my first episode of Nitro. And I'm also thinking about doing like a 10-man Rumble with 10 superstars. And whoever wins, I'm going to have it so like the final 2 is then going to face off in a singles match to crown the WCW World Champion, stuff like that. I am going to say one thing. There is 2 superstars I am going to put on that roster. I'm not going to take the risk of not getting them by randomly selecting who they are. One is Cody Rhodes, and one's going to be a surprise. And he's a WCW legend. He's been in WCW for many years. He was a big name in that company. Let me see below in the comments if you can guess who I'm talking about. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.